Yeah, big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking brewskis is coming in live. Crack one open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking brewskis with Marissa Smith. Yeah.
Hey guys, happy Friday. This is Big Talking Brewskis. I'm Marissa Smith. As always, I've got Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
And we got Pamela Ray with us.
Yay. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So, Rodney, how was your week?
My week was pretty good, pretty uneventful. I mean, well, we had Fashionably Funny, which was a great show.
Yeah.
On Friday, and then Sunday I almost lost my job. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because for people out there that don't know, I work in a restaurant. It's like my other side hustle. And I was working brunch on Sunday on the patio, and we have unlimited brunch until 4:00. I get these 3 gay bitches to sit down, and I'm gay, I can say that. That sit down at 3:15 talking about, so should we get the unlimited? Like, how fast are these margaritas going to come? Like, what? Bitch, I have a full section. I'm about to be like pulling margaritas. So then I was like, look, the first one is free. So I give them the first one, right? And then their food comes, and they're like, okay, we get a second one. We'll put Grand Marnier floats on top. I'm like, okay, that's like not included. That's like extra. And so like I didn't have a tray. So like in my mindset, I'd rather bring you your 3 drinks as opposed to running around the restaurant looking for a tray to bring you your drinks. So then the guy complains that I came without a tray, like went over and got my manager and was like complaining about me. So like my manager, my other table heard him, was like, yeah, this was wrong too. Like, the fuck? And at that point, I felt like you went to my manager. That means you're trying to get me fired. At that point, you're like fired at my job because you don't know what my situation is. Like, what if I've had like 3 or 4 complaints already? And they're like, the next one, you're fired. Right. So at that point, I just like, don't really touch the table. I'm not going over to you. I'm just going to pre-bus. I'm not saying anything. Then I'm pre-bussing, right? And the one guy is like, well, we find it very uncomfortable that you're over in the corner gossiping about us to your coworkers. I was just like, bitch, if I didn't need this job right now. Whew. And so then I just walked away, and I was like so heated, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this moment back. They split their check 3 different ways, and I said all of their names. Like first and last name. Like, bitch, you don't know who you're fucking with.
I want you to put me on speed dial, and you just text me like a code word, and I'll show up like a fucking midget out of hell. Yeah. And I'll beat these people, and you'd be like, I have no idea where she came from. And I will Oompa Loompa out of there.
Hello, like that's the one. Get them, right? Who's this midget bitch? No.
People will be like, this little nugget just came in, kicked us all in the balls, and left.
See, that's the
like
part.
A cat.
Scratch those balls up.
Sorry.
Right? I just don't understand people. You don't go to people's jobs and then just act shitty and think that like that's gonna be okay.
No. So now, what time does the unlimited brunch end?
It's at 4.
Okay.
But it goes for 2 hours. If you come at 2, it's 2 hours.
So it's 2 to 4.
No, it's actually, we'll be open up at like 11 or
what
something
does
like
unlimited brunch mean?
It's unlimited drinks, right?
So we have you have to order an entree, but for $18 in addition, I just bring unlimited drinks, whatever, frozen margaritas, mimosas, Bloody Marys.
Oh my God.
It is the most amazing brunch in New York City. But, if you want the full 2 hours, you should come at 1 or 2.
Right.
Or not 3:15 where you have 45 minutes and expect the server to just be, what did you think I was going to say? Well, first of all, I'm nice enough that I would have just brought you a picture, but you acted like a bitch from the moment you said no. So
Right, because I feel like you probably would just send them a picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm nice like that. But like, and actually, as long as you get an entree, the first drink is free. So I was just like, let's just get the first free drink. Because what if you don't even drink all of that one? You know?
Well, you know that they were going to.
Right,
but
true.
then, like...
But at the first approach, when you're a bitch at the first approach, then I'm already just like, oh, what? Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, so like I used to work in retail and I would have like to deal with customers. And so like I would always like just be like overly nice until it got to a situation where I could tell them no for something and then I'm unmovable. It's like, you know, if you're like being like nasty or snippy, it's like, okay. And like the more chirpy my voice is, the more I hate you. It's just like, okay.
Right.
Like, and it's just
Right.
like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And like, and I would just like get real chirpy and like
Murderous.
yeah, it's like in my head, like every chirp, I'm like stabbing you. But like, it's just like, but I sound so chirpy and cheerful that no one can say that I'm being nasty because it's like, oh, what are you talking about? She just sounded so like upbeat, like, you know, and it's just like, oh, I'm really sorry you feel that way, ma'am. Like,
Right.
you know,
See, and my problem is I wear all of my expressions on my face.
oh, I do too. But like my voice, I can control my voice, but I can't control my face. So it's like, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, but like, because at a restaurant, people have a tendency to like not look at the menu, which is like my pet peeve. Then they'll ask me like, "Oh yeah, don't you have like a veggie enchilada?" No, we don't. Like, or then they'll like start changing stuff. Like, I want this with this, this, and this, and then like my face will start spasming at the table, and they're just like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And I'm just like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this into the computer and talk to the chef and not fuck it up and make sure you're happy. Like, that's the face. Like,
And I'll be honest with you, like I am notorious for that for my brunch spot because I have a brunch spot that I go to every Saturday, and I never order on the menu. Like I never do, but I go there literally every Saturday, so like they don't care because like
well, right, because then at
How
that
far
point,
off the menu are you? Are you
Right.
like making up your own?
so
thing?
they have a breakfast croissant that has Swiss and ham on it. I get ham, cheddar, and scrambled eggs.
oh, that's an easy fix.
That's okay. Okay.
That's an easy
So that's
fix.
probably stuff they're doing in other areas on the menu.
Yeah,
well,
like it's
'cause
not
for
like
the
they
You're
most
not like,
part,
bitch, make me
there's
French
a
toast.
there's like a
Yeah.
right. They just add the cheese and they can add the
they're changing the cheese from Swiss to cheddar, and then they're adding egg because the ham
Easy.
is already there and the croissant is already there.
that is
Yeah.
an easy fix. My problem is like there's one guy that comes. He orders something that we used to carry 5 years ago, and I just have to put
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass.
right. His name's Albert. I just have to put enchilada Albert, like, and the kitchen just knows
That's
what
it.
to make.
Totally
but
different.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
Or when you just like. Rule of thumb, people that are listening, when you're in a restaurant, if you have to change more than 3 things, you should order something different. Just saying.
Yeah.
Because the likelihood that some shit's not gonna come out, and if you're not always gonna have somebody like me. Like I know our menu backwards and forwards. Like I'm a trainer and shit. Like that's serious. And so like people order something and they'll try to make it fucking vegetarian. Like, oh yeah, I don't want this. No meat in this. No meat in this. And I'm like, well, there's chicken stock in the sauce.
Right.
Really? Yes. Like these are vegetarian options. Get those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they are
Literally marked as vegetarian.
They're literally marked as vegetarian. Our chef won Hell's Kitchen, like our executive chef.
Yeah. Oh.
So you don't need to be changing a whole bunch of shit when you come here because
The chef's got you.
The chef's got you.
Yeah.
We know what's good.
So now, what ended up
I'm
happening?
hungry.
Like, did your manager like talk to you, or
The manager, who I've known for years, was just like, they're on one. Don't even worry about it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Because like I always, as soon as like the manager goes and talks to them, then I follow behind the manager. What's going on? What's going
Right.
on? What do you want me to do? And he was just like, bro, don't even worry about it. Because I'm a fucking rock
A
star.
good manager knows that like some
Yeah.
people are
So
dicks.
some
just
people
to
are
be
dicks
dicks.
just to be dicks. And
Yeah.
they tipped me $0 on 90. Thank you. 3-way split. They each put 0.
You did it.
yeah?
I think that's the meanest. Like, fine, say something and maybe like don't, tip a little bit less, fine. But
Yeah.
so often it's not the server's fault. Fucking tip 20% or don't got to eat.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. And you got 3 free drinks.
Oh, I
Right.
hate them. I hate them with you.
Yeah. It's okay.
Like, even if I have bad service, like, I'll tip 10%. Like,
I don't think I've ever tipped less than 10 or 15.
Right, me, it's like 15 is like the lowest. Like,
Yeah,
just because I'm a
15
server
says, like,
myself,
don't
but
do
like
that
I'm an
again.
average 25% tipper on average. She's always like, Rodney, you have extra money?
like, because you could give that shit to me. I could have gone and poured the fucking wine. Shit.
Right.
Consistently a 20% tipper.
Yeah, me too. You'd have to really, really fuck up to get down to like that 15%. But even then, I'm not gonna necessarily say anything to you. I'm just gonna tip you to 15%, and I'll just keep that in mind the next time I come back there, or just don't come back.
I might round up and do like 21% if you're like.
But I would never have the server
No.
split the check 3 different ways
And then tip zero?
tip $0, all 3 of us.
Because that's when someone follows you out to your car and kills you, as it should be.
Yeah, like
That's-
10%. I would tip 10% if they're bad. Average is like 15 to 18%. Good is 20 to 25%. Like 20, like exceptional is like 25 to like above.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like you've got to be really doing something. Like,
But that's how I normally am. I'm a 25% type of server because like
Yeah.
I'll have people and they'll be like the way I describe the food because we have no pictures. It's like a real menu, so I gotta like really
Bring
be
it
all
to
eloquent
life.
and bring it to life, and they just be like, "Oh shit, our server's a star." My mouth just watered, Rodney. I want to get that right, and so like I know that like you guys came in and were assholes.
yeah. Yeah.
Just- ugh.
They were just being dicks.
Yes.
So now, Pam, how was your week?
It was pretty uneventful. I'm boring right now. I was touring for months and I'm back now and I slept and that's all I
You
did.
deserve that sleep. You were
Yeah.
like, I just got off a tour, bitch. I'm about to sleep.
I slept.
Now, you've been touring for how long?
4 months with a little break in the
Oh,
twice
wow.
in the middle, but since I last saw you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I started June
Oh, okay.
or May.
Yeah, probably May, I think.
I think it was May and I came
like,
back
you-
for a week
yeah.
and did this and then went
And
back
again.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we're glad you always come in, drop in, and see
You
us.
two are the only people I like in this world.
So how do you like touring?
I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would because I didn't like traveling when all of this started, which is why I was like pushing against it.
Yeah.
But first of all, I've made flying into a game. I'm like loyal to one airline, so they love me now, and you start getting like upgrades. And
Yeah.
turns out way more fun flying in first class.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Way more fun. I've got a credit card that gives me like Delta Lounge access.
Yeah.
So I just I upgraded my travel life. I now have status at like 2 or 3 hotel chains.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to get free booze wherever you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you walk into a hotel and you get a suite. It's just like I made it suck less.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Pro tip.
Exhausting, but great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro
But
tip.
you're just like traveling that much that
Yeah, I've already passed 100 flights this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to, yeah. You must pack like a champ.
Right. You probably have the whole security down to a science.
I do. I'm good at it. I only do carry-on, even if it's months. I know where I can do laundry. I know where I can repack. I know,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I figure out okay, where I do a lot of summer camps.
Yeah.
So where are the places where I'm not going to be able to buy anything? Where are the places where I need to pack my food? I plan.
Okay.
Yeah. I screw it up regularly. There was one camp where I didn't realize how bad the food was going to be. So I just didn't eat for 3 days, but that felt like a great diet. So.
You're like, I'm so skinny.
Yeah.
Damn. What was so bad about this food?
It was not edible.
Because they probably give it to kids and they figure
Yeah, but I can eat. Most summer camps have a salad bar or yogurt at breakfast. And
Yeah.
I'm clearly will never name which camp, but it was just there's no food.
Yeah.
It was just so bad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
How did the kids did they did they think the food was bad?
I didn't ask them because I didn't want to plant the seed on how bad it was.
Okay.
And maybe
Right.
it wasn't bad to the outside eye, but I did 20 summer camps.
Yeah.
And at 19 of them, I was able to find something to eat.
Yeah.
So it was just that one.
That was just not good.
I was just not touching it.
Was it what was wrong with the food? Did it just look funky.
Well, there was one meal where I was like, "What is this? Like, what are we eating?"
Salisbury steak is usually
It
that
was
one.
like I was like, "What type of
love
meat
Salisbury
is this?"
So mystery meat. But
Yeah, it
it
is.
just takes me back to childhood.
Salisbury steak and a frozen meal I would absolutely eat, and I don't have high standards for food. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was going to say, are you like vegan, gluten free?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
no, I'm
I
just
have
like
a new
let it be
friend that's like
clean.
Yeah.
Lady, she listens. Hey, lady.
There were some camps where I like loved the food, like I wouldn't go love the food, but
it was
could
edible.
Make a great salad,
Yeah.
or had hard boiled eggs for every meal. Fine,
Yeah.
great, done. But there was
This
one.
was, yeah.
There was one. You're just like, oh.
Yeah. I like remember being in my room late at night and just like rummaging through my bag to be like, did I put peanuts in here from the flight?
Oh God, that's a summer camp. So you're like all like in the middle of
The
nowhere.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude,
I
like you
don't know.
can't even Grubhub anything.
Nope.
See, but the middle of nowhere part, that's what freaks me out.
Yeah, I can't
Like,
do that.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just start thinking about Jason Voorhees and
Who the hell is Jason Voorhees?
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that was where they get murdered at camp. Is that
Yeah,
the
no,
one?
not Friday the 13th. It's,
Chainsaw Massacre.
No,
Chainsaw.
no. Friday the 13th is Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Jason
Halloween?
is no, not Halloween.
That scared the shit out of me.
Oh, this is gonna fuck me
Jason?
up. Yeah, no, it's not. That's not the name of it. It's not Jason.
You're never like in a room without other people around. Like there's always like people in the building all over. So it was like not that scary.
Camp Crystal
And
Lake.
camps have great security these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's gonna bug the fuck out of me.
So now I have like, do you like date at all when you're like doing
Oh
this? or-
man, I am so horny. It's so bad. No. I don't. What am I going to do? Well, like, yeah, if there's like a hot camp director, great. But I shouldn't say that. No. I like have a dating app on my phone.
Right.
And I'm talking to some guys, but they'd be like, so when do you want to hang out? And I'd be like, in 2.5 months. So it fizzled quickly.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's okay. Now that I'm back, there are like some dudes in New York that I'm a little bit into. So
Yeah.
I'll hop back on
Sorry,
it.
back to the last subject. It is Friday the 13th. I just thought about it. That's the one with Jason. Nightmare on Elm Street is the one with Freddy Krueger.
You're
Okay,
right.
okay.
You're
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
There you go.
I didn't
Sorry,
know
I knew
that.
that was gonna bug me.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, because like that just in my head is just always something I think of when I think of summer camp. You're out in the middle of nowhere, and there could just be some sort of like maniac
Yeah.
in the woods.
killing all the camp counselors.
Yeah, I think about that.
He never kills the kids though. He only kills the camp counselors.
I'm
'Cause
not.
they're having
I'm not
sex.
either. So I'm hopeful.
Oh, you don't think that the comedian's going first? Or actually, you'll probably get fucked up at the beginning, and they'll never see you until the end, and then you're like,
And then
Hey!
I show up at a pub down the road being like, shit was fucking crazy.
I just pretended to be dead and then I crawled my little ass out of there.
Exactly
I
right.
swam across the lake. I was like, I'm out of here.
I was rummaging for peanuts in my bag, and I heard Jason behind me, and I zipped that shit up.
I
quick.
left an hour before the massacre to find McDonald's.
You was
You know
like,
they
what
sell the
fuck?
McGriddle all day now, right?
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah, because like
that's a
that's
good
gotta
one.
be tough. Like trying to date, like when you're. Although I figure it would be hard to even be in a relationship when you're gone that
I
long.
think I could be in a relationship because I think that if I like really had a reason, I would come back here every other week for a day
Yeah.
and like have sex and
Yeah.
leave again. So
Yeah.
I think I
Right.
could like manage that.
Plus, like a relationship, you're talking to that person
Every
every day.
day.
And
Yeah.
just like, there's like something happening. Not like when you're trying to spark something off, then it's like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work really hard in the next few months to what is it called where you lock someone down for the winter?
Oh, it's cuffing.
Cuffing.
season.
Cuffing.
Season. It's cuffing season.
So
Yeah.
sorry in advance. I'm gonna cuff the shit out of some some dude who's just like not ready or willing.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Girl, I've been trying to cuff somebody for a minute. Like,
right? It ain't that easy shit.
No.
yeah, it's not like.
Relationships are hard.
Especially I feel like when you're a comic. Do you tell people that you're a comic like off top?
Not off the top, no.
Yeah. I feel like I wait a little bit.
I do think for men it's easier because because I think women are for the most part into that, and men are petrified that I'm going to write jokes about them, which I am. They're correct.
Always, that's always the question. Are you
Yeah.
going to write about me?
Right.
And I've got the same answer. Don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much mine.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not doing something weird, I won't have anything to write about.
Right, but I'm also dating weird dudes.
Catman.
Like that's my type.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find a balance. I've been hooking up with comics because I'm sick of non-comics being like, "You're a comic." Everyone tells me I could be a comic, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a turnoff for me.
Yeah.
because like no one tells you that.
Yeah.
No, Craig.
Right? No, your
I'm sorry,
Your
Chad.
Aunt Esmeralda is wrong already.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one thinks you could be a comic, Craig. You said something funny at a holiday party.
You were drunk.
God.
Right? Try getting up a room with 100 people.
Yeah.
When
With
on
a
a date,
microphone.
a guy says to me, I've always thought I could be a comedian. I will literally say, then let's go. Let's get on stage. Let's do it right now. There's a mic literally around the corner, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
New
like-
York.
they don't like that.
And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I mean, I have to work on it. Well, then no.
Then-
you
then,
couldn't
yeah,
be a comic.
right now. Yeah.
You can't say that to a touring professional comic. Hello.
That would be
I get paid for this. That's like the equivalent of somebody being like, oh, yeah, they always told me I could be a doctor.
right.
Right.
Right. Like going out with like an OBGYN and being like, okay, well, I have a vagina, so I'm pretty sure I could be an OBGYN.
I mean,
everyone
how-
tells me.
How hard is it to like birth a child? I
Yeah.
mean, you're not even really doing the work yourself. You just have to catch. Like,
Women have been doing it for centuries.
yeah, I got this. I don't know why the head looks like that, but I got this. Like,
So yeah,
it's like, yeah, it's
dating
gotta be tough.
comics.
Yeah.
For now. I regularly set a rule that I'm no longer dating comics, and then I slip
Yeah.
onto their dicks.
Oh. Know how that happened one night after a show.
Happens to the best of us.
Hello.
But I think I'm at the point where I want a relationship.
No, I definitely want a relationship. So I ended up like fooling around with a comic like a couple of weeks ago, and like it was an appetizer. It wasn't a full meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
I've been known to do an appetizer sampler.
Appetizer sampler. A little bit of this, a little bit of this.
it's like
But
I,
never
The
a
full
full
entree.
meal.
It's the whole entree now. Hold
I
on.
I wasn't ready for a full entree because I was like, I don't know where this is going, and I don't really want to like just like have like a one night stand with a comic that I know for 10 years. Like
right,
that's just
that you're
weird.
just gonna run into like, oh yeah,
yeah,
he
like-
had the entree.
Yeah. I don't like appetizer I can forget about. Like, I mean, do you remember what your last appetizer was? Like, but
Unless
like
it was really
Right.
great, but
yeah,
rarely
you know what I
is.
mean? It's like
Let's keep it real. Ours is always the same thing.
wings. Yeah. And when you had a wing, you've had them all,
Good,
you know.
good wings around New York. Gee, now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, we go around sampling.
yeah.
Like literally, we're always
We're like
okay.
wing connoisseurs.
We're wing connoisseurs.
Oh my God, take me with you.
We
I
both.
know our wing spot. Our favorite one closed.
Yeah.
Bonchon.
There's one on 32nd or something
Yeah,
like that.
there's one on like 24th too.
Yeah.
Like, or 23rd.
What's it called?
It's called
Bonchon.
Bonchon.
It's
Yeah, it's a Korean
fried, like buffalo. It's
Fried
like
chicken.
chicken place. Yeah,
So
it's like
Korean
Korean
fried
fried chicken. It's
But
really
the
good.
chicken's so good that the chicken on the bone takes 30 minutes, and they tell you that off top.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh.
if you
So you
want
have to
chicken on the
commit.
bone, it's
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes. And we're like, we'll wait. Give us that drumstick
Commitment.
platter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I don't know. And then I was like supposed to, and I also find like guys are like so strange. Like, so I'm supposed to be going on this date tomorrow. I don't know if it'll actually happen or not because I haven't talked to him today. And like, you know how that goes. Like when like you're supposed to be going on a date, but you haven't talked the day before, which probably means that they're not going to go out on the date. And so he's younger, finance guy, French, and he was like, "Oh, how long ago was your last relationship?" And I was like, "Oh, it's 2 years ago." And he's like, "Oh, so like you haven't like gone in like you, and he's like 2 years is a long time." And I'm like, "Well, I've been dating like since then. I just haven't connected with anyone." And so then he replies back, "Oh, so the past 2 years you've just been collecting men? Don't you think that's a lot?"
And you're going to go out with this man?
Like,
Don't.
Wait, did he know you were a comic already?
no, no,
Wait,
he
don't.
doesn't.
I was thinking as a
Don't
joke. That's a
touch
joke,
him.
right?
Like,
It's a joke.
and I was just like, I'm like, I don't know what you mean by collecting men, but like, you know, I'm
You
like,
should have been like, yeah, I collect them in my basement where they're tied up.
until I need you to drill a hole in the wall or fix my fucking roof. Like,
Oh yeah, I fix these pipes.
it's like, I got pipes that need a clearing. Get up.
Right? Collecting men. What?
Yeah.
I think that's more what I do.
Like, but like, you know me. Like, I
Yeah, no, you go on dates and like, what the cat guy? You didn't sleep with him for what?
8 weeks.
Yeah, shit.
It was like 6
I remember
weeks
that
for
guy.
a kiss.
I remember that guy.
Like
The one
yeah.
that had a whole room for his cats, right?
The house.
Four rooms. He had
Okay.
like cat had
I
4
remember this.
bedrooms, and the
This is one of
cat
my
had its own
favorite
bathroom.
Stories that you've ever told.
Yeah. I've never done it on stage though. I just feel like it's just too sad to be funny. Like
Uh-huh.
People be like, wait, what?
Give it like another year because you're gonna find the funny in it.
You
Yeah.
got to. You got to. You kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
no, you should definitely do that one on stage. That's definitely
I got it. You know, I got to figure it
the
out.
way,
But,
the
like,
way you do it, just like your style. Yeah.
it's I don't know, but like it was like okay, like I thought he was joking, and then when I went in the house, I'm like, this cat's got 4 fucking bedrooms and its own bathroom.
Oh my God.
I've never had my own fucking bathroom. Like, you know, it's like
See, that's the one you should have tied up and put in the basement.
Here's what I've realized: men aren't joking. Like I was on one of the dating apps, and he like we was some great banter, and then he was like, I said I was quirky, and he said, "How quirky are you?" And I was like, on a scale from 1 to 10, what are you like going on a percent? And then I was like, "How quirky are you?" And he said, "I'm not quirky. I'm fucking crazy." And I was like, "Block." Like, because I believed him. I was like, "We're good." Like, I just
Yeah.
feel like you are.
yeah.
There's a reason banter.
Yeah,
is that
anytime. Yeah, because I don't really refer to myself as fucking crazy, but when I say I'm fucking crazy, that means
Yeah.
you should probably run.
I was like, in this situation, I just like kind of believe you.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I don't know. And then
Oh
like
yeah, that block button. Oh, it's so great.
It's so good.
So good.
There's he's gonna listen to this, but there's a guy on one of those dating apps who Googled me and then found my social media, and between the first message and me responding, he like liked and followed my fan page, my website, signed up for my mailing list, Facebook friended both of my accounts, Twitter, Instagram.
See, that's why I like the wait.
So I blocked him on this dating app, but I was like, okay, that's not enough because he's still messaging me
everywhere else.
So I actually wrote him and was like, you are so sweet. I just don't think this is a romantic match, but excited to be like friends in this like social media world.
right.
And then he started, you're going to see it on Twitter. He started tweeting like, so if you don't want to date, can we hang out as friends? And I like.
On your Twitter, like on the
I've had to break
comments?
up with this poor guy like 5 times in different ways. Like, actually, I'm not looking for friends. And then like a message like, do you want to come with me to like a party? Like, still no. So
No, don't go with him anywhere.
no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I think he's probably like a really nice, socially awkward little man, but
Yeah.
I'm out.
Do you feel like you get fetishized on these apps?
Yes. No. Yes. But I think it's my height more than anything. at
Yeah,
this
that's what I
point.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm twitchy too, so you'd think there'd be some fetishes there.
Right.
I wish, but no. I think my height. There's a lot of people who refer to me as a spinner.
Okay.
had to
Oh,
look up.
like the 6'2" guys.
Yeah, it means I can spin on their dick.
I thought that was okay. So that refers to the height
I
because
just got like a visual.
I thought. Enjoy. Don't pretend like it's so bad.
6'4" basketball player just spinning Pam around.
Actually, maybe it doesn't mean what I think it means, but I think when men say to me, that's what it means.
A spinner?
Okay,
No, a spinner
because-
is definitely like a spinning you around on the dick.
Right, but don't you have to be
No,
like little?
so like I don't know. Because,
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm so sorry.
No, because like to be honest with you, the only time I've heard men use that was in reference to like Jewish women. So I thought that
then maybe it's a Jewish thing.
I thought it was a Jewish thing, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was a height thing.
Okay.
Because like I've got like a few like guy friends that are like super into like Jewish girls, and so like they'd
That's
be like,
probably
that
a
one's a
fetish,
spinner,
too.
like, you know. But I'm just like, okay.
Like a dreidel.
Like a dreidel.
That's what
Is that
I
what
thought.
that means?
That's what I thought. I thought it was like derogatory for that.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. But I
Okay,
didn't
so
know
yeah,
it was
two
a
different-
height thing.
Two different definitions with spinner.
I actually feel like there's 2 ways to use it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I definitely feel like the guys don't know I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
Unless they saw my knows.
Which is on my face pic. Like,
So maybe they did know.
Yeah, no, because I feel like I get that too, because I have a lot of guys that are just like, oh, like, you know, I love a strong, dominant black woman. I'm just like, or like I get a lot of guys that are like submissive that are just like, oh, like, you know, like I want to be your sex slave, or I want to be like your boy toy, or like, I get a lot of like weirdos that are just like into the idea of like submitting to a black woman.
Huh.
Like,
Are they all white?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although there was one, well, he wasn't like trying to be like submissive, but the one black guy that asked if like I would date a cross dresser, and he's been trying to match with me on like 5 different apps. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, this is making me think too much. Like,
Like, if you met him in a bar, maybe, but to like pose the question, it's hard, like,
No, I feel like cross-dressing.
You don't even know if you like it. Like, that's
I
fine,
would
maybe
need to,
if you like really have chemistry with the guy.
yeah, but
right,
like,
you would have to have the chemistry
Right.
first. We had to go on some dates.
Right,
I gotta
and
like
then you
like
could be
you as a
like,
complete
yo, I do
person.
this, and
Yeah.
I think,
Then
oh,
you
okay.
throw it into the mix.
right,
Yeah.
but like I haven't met you yet, and now like you're posing this like hypothetical that is making me like question too many things. Like I'm still
I just think hypotheticals are hard. He could be like, are you into a guy who barks like a dog late at night? And you could be like, I don't know.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's like I
Even
don't
though
know.
I thought about it. I hooked up with this guy a couple times, like super hot black guy in Brooklyn. And then like he just stopped talking to me. So I was just like, what's going on? Like, I want to hook up again. I want to hook up again. He was like, look, I like guys that cross dress. Like, you don't really like to wear like wigs and pantyhose and shit. And I thought about it, like, could I? And then I was like, nah.
Sounds like you came to that conclusion pretty quickly. You were like, how horny am I? Not that horny.
Not that horny. That I want to go, you know, buy some fishnets and a wig.
Yeah,
Just
and then you'd
give
have to
you a
shave your
blowjob.
face.
Right, I gotta shave. No, I ain't doing all of that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm growing out a beard right now.
It looks nice. How long have you been growing this beard out?
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Like, I've been going to the Dominican guys, and like they shaved it like all the way off, like kind of super low. And then one day I was like shaving, like I nicked it, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just take it all off." And so I took it all off, but nobody noticed.
Oh.
Like, I was just like, I shaved my beard. Nobody said like, "Oh," but they were like, "Oh yeah, you just look really clean." But now I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna go hardcore.
Okay.
You're going
You're
like
gonna
Philly
grow
beard.
Give me a
out.
Philly beard. Yeah,
I'm excited to see this. I'd like updates.
You did this like a couple of months ago.
Well, I did it last year around this time, actually.
Oh, okay.
But then, like, I kept going and getting like
Does it
shaped
keep your
up.
face warmer in the winter?
Yeah, actually, it does. It's nice.
Yeah, that does sound nice.
Yeah.
I'm so cold all winter.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I know. It's like, it feels like fall now a little.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell. Like,
It was
Yeah,
hot
the-
today, but
It was
Yeah,
hot
I was
today,
sweating my
but,
ass
like,
off today.
I didn't realize that losing all this weight meant I felt cold
Oh.
at like a different level. When I
Yeah.
was fatter, I didn't feel cold.
Now, how many pounds have you lost?
Like 120 something.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Wow.
So, what was the hardest part about it?
I think it was like dealing with like the psychological shit behind why you overeat. So I think that was the hardest part. Like, because at this point, if I want a burger, I'll eat a burger. If I want French fries, I'll eat French fries.
Right.
I just like moderation, and I listen to my body, and I try to pick foods that I'm actually craving.
Right.
So I do intuitive eating. So I think like dealing with the reason that I would overeat was
I
the
like
hardest
that
part.
intuitive eating.
Yeah. Also, I'm like 10 pounds away from my goal, and like it's like I might be here for 8 years.
That's nice, though, because it's like you got that goal. It gave you something to strive to.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I like hit a certain number, and my body was like, "We done."
like I'm good.
Good.
You see that in the mirror, we good.
So yeah, 10 pounds. Yeah, might never come off.
Right.
But I'm
I mean,
4'6.5".
Right.
So like I'm supposed to weigh less than 100 pounds, and I'm just like never gonna weigh less than 100 pounds
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. No, that's
I'm in the
totally fine.
120s. I'm probably a healthy weight for a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
Right.
but
And you lost 120. That's like half.
more
of-
than 120.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think my biggest, I'm not even gonna say, was like 250 something, and I'm now 120 something.
Wow. Like, do you feel like the difference in your bones,
Oh
your
my
knees,
god!
and your hips, and all
everything.
that?
Yeah.
Because like it must have like been very difficult to like move around.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable. I didn't realize how uncomfortable I was, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I went from a 16 to like I'd like my biggest I was a size 16 and then my smallest I was a 00. So like I've like kind of like
The gamut. Or at least the American. There's definitely bigger sizes than 16. But
yeah. But like
my biggest was a size 28, and now I'm a 2'4".
yeah.
Damn.
2 or 4.
Yeah.
But also I'm that size because I'm short. So
Yeah.
like if I'm
But you look great.
Thanks.
Yeah. You know, then
If you know of any single men, in
girl, if I
30s
did,
Wait, if we did, we ain't
or
throwing
40s,
you.
back up. If I
No,
meet
I
a guy
think
who's
that's
not
what
right
she
for me,
wants.
but right for one of you, I will absolutely share.
That's true. But then I don't know. I feel like if your friend tells you, no, he's not like not that great for me, but like
yeah, it's
know,
like
look at
you
him
can
for
have
you.
my trash.
Right,
No, because
right.
I think
Between like girls, like if you said that to me, I'd be like, oh, okay, he was gay.
But I think when I'm in my early 30s, like I have a very specific man that I'm looking for, and there are a lot of great men that just like don't fit. I've met some hot men that I just like would never, because they're just like not quirky enough for me
Like
or
they're
weird
like
enough.
they're a DJ.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or
She was like, I was like, he's a DJ. That's like a real like, you know, it's a job.
Or like I don't want to date doctors. I know I'm Jewish, so that's not
What?
supposed to feel like
Send
that.
me all the doctors.
Okay.
I will
Right.
take all the doctors.
What's wrong
I'm
with a
fine with the
doctor?
I
doctor.
don't want to date a doctor.
I mean, they're
What-
probably
why?
going to leave you for a nurse eventually,
I
but you
know.
got a good 10 years
Well,
before that.
Oh,
I
see.
just
Those nurses
and
are
I also, like,
hoes.
I don't want him like hooking up with me and like questioning anything about my body.
Oh, yeah, that is.
I'm
I'll
fine
date
with-
like a psychologist because I'm fucked up. I know it.
I have a date with a psychologist after this.
after this right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Oompa Loompa behind you and watch. He's gonna be like, "What's that?" And you're gonna be like, "I don't fucking know," but she's been following me for hours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really think about like the profession, all like that. You just have to have a job.
I think about the profession. I think that it's important. And I think that it's probably different with like two men dating, but like a man and a woman dating. If the woman is like, you know, like makes more money or is in a higher level professionally, the man is always going to be insecure about that.
I dated
Right.
a guy, a comic, who every time he drank, he would cry and say, "I'm just never gonna make enough to support you." And I was like, "I support myself. Calm the fuck down."
Yeah.
But like, he just was
Oh.
so insecure about it that I couldn't do it.
See, right. And since I'm gay, it's kind of like I don't really care
Mm-hmm.
if like you're younger than me and your job is like not that great. Now, if you're older than me and you're like working at McDonald's still, then probably I might.
My
be
thing is,
like,
I don't really care about jobs if you have drive
true,
and ambition.
right?
Because I feel like at our age, there's a lot of people who are like switching careers, or
Yeah.
evaluating, and like that's fine as long as you're not sleeping all day or like getting high
Ooh,
all
see,
day.
Yeah.
I used to date somebody who was sleeping all day, and I was just like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have a trust fund.
And yeah,
Then
and
that's
And
like,
even
you know-
then, I don't just want to use your trust. Like,
he didn't.
do something.
I just would get really irritated by 3 o'clock. I'm waking him up like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and I dated a comic once, and like, you know, he was bigger comedically, like, you know, in like the industry, but like he was like bartending and like, you know, but like I felt like very misdirected because like he had told me that like he was like a television writer and he would bartend in between writing gigs, but what he really was a bartender that was writing in between bartending gigs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like, and so then our schedules were completely off because like I'm like a 9 to 5er, and then he would always just be like, "Oh, well, you know, you're just in this dead end 9 to 5 job, like a cubicle ant, and blah blah." Like you just really like give me shit.
What?
And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I enjoy, I don't know, healthcare, 401k, and security."
Benefit,
Like
yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just like I'm not like getting on you that like you're like almost like 15 years older than me and you don't have any of these things. And then he was
Ooh.
just like, "Oh," like, and he's Oh, and then he had like 2 roommates, and it was just like,
Oh.
you know, and I'm just like, you know, and he was going in on me like about like me like having an office job, and I'm like, you know, I don't.
Wait, how long were you guys together before him going in on you? Because I feel like that's definitely
that we were probably together for like maybe 3 months or something like that.
oh. No, you can't go in on me like that until like we've been together for a couple of years. I feel like, and then like you could actually see like okay the progress or whatever.
Well,
but
that
like,
was clearly his insecurity.
yeah, and it's like, but
And nothing to do with you.
Don't be judging me over here doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Period.
I remember I was going somewhere for a friend's birthday, and like he was complaining because I didn't invite him, and I was like, you're not going to like this place. You're not going to be comfortable. He's just like, oh, I think that just means that you're embarrassed to show me off to your friends. I was just like, all right, fine, come. And then like we were like getting ready to go to this party, and like he's about to like walk out the house, and I'm like, what are you doing with your feet? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you can't wear sneakers. We're going to a club. And like he's wearing Converse. And I'm like, you cannot wear those sneakers there. He's like, oh, it's going to be fine. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not going to be fine. Like, you have to wear shoes. Like, this is a place you have to wear shoes. And he's like, that's bullshit. Like, I don't have to wear shoes. I'm like, fine. And so we wait online. We get to the door. The bouncer takes one look at his feet. He's like, you can't wear sneakers in here, man. You got to go get shoes. He's like, I have to fucking wear shoes? And I'm like, I told you this before we came here. And so, like, then he's just like, well, what do you want me to do? And I'm like,
Go home.
I'm going in. You can do what you want. Like,
Because I told you this already.
Right.
you know, and I was just like, you can go change into shoes. And then he's like, well, I don't have any shoes that are comfortable. I'm like, you are nearly 50 years old and you don't have one pair of comfortable dress shoes.
What?
Like, not a pair. And what if you like have an interview, a wedding, a funeral, like you don't have one pair of dress shoes? Not one. And he was just like, oh, well, you know, I'll figure it out. Like, he ended up, like, I think he invited some of his friends there, and one of his friends had an extra pair of shoes in his trunk, and he wore his friend's shoes. Right. And I'm just like, oh, like, this is not going to work.
No, he's a child.
No.
Yeah.
Especially because it's not like you can find those for super cheap. Like,
You
there's
can-
anywhere.
yeah.
You just need a pair.
You just need one pair of dress shoes.
Everybody, I
even
feel
as a
like
writer for,
everybody
like,
has a dress shoes.
for
because
meetings,
what do you wear when you go to interviews? You wear
Right.
sneakers?
Right.
I'm not hiring somebody with wear sneakers.
Well,
on an interview.
this
I mean,
is-
it depends on what the job is, but still, like,
I
probably
used to-
not though, because I just feel
Even
like
if it's a sneaker job, wear nicer shoes to the interview.
Yeah.
thanks. Like,
Yeah.
And I understand there are people who, like, socioeconomically truly can't afford more than one pair of shoe, and I think that's a different
That's a
situation, and
different
then I will be
situation.
far more understanding.
But, like, you've got 7 pairs of Converse.
Right.
All the same fucking
and now
color.
one used pair of dress shoes,
Right. Which you could get for $5 from Goodwill.
Right.
$10.
Yeah.
very easily.
Yeah.
Cute
But, like,
lace-ups.
I used to have a thing when I was younger that I would never date a man that came to the date wearing sneakers.
Oh.
Like, if you show up to the date in sneakers, like, that's the last date.
Huh.
Because I felt like he wasn't taking you seriously.
all I wear Doc
interesting
Martens.
rule.
Would those be acceptable?
I probably would. Like, I mean, now I would be like, fine.
not these colorful electric blue ones.
I'm wearing
Right.
Allbirds right now.
Like, yeah. I'm wearing sneakers right now, but I'm not.
I'm wearing cute Allbirds.
Yeah. But like I'm wearing sneakers right now, but like if I was like going on a date, I would not if you were wearing sneakers to our date, it's like that's it because like you're not taking me seriously, you're not taking yourself seriously, you're not taking this like the perspective of the future
I like
seriously.
that you have these rules. I probably should develop some of these.
Like it's
But
just,
are you wearing heels though?
Or at
I
least
was
cute
wearing
flats.
a dress shoe, like you know, like a flat or a wedge. I wasn't wearing sneakers.
I feel that.
You know, like if we're doing like a casual, like oh, let's like walk in the park kind of thing, I might have been wearing like Toms.
But if we're going out to dinner,
If we're going out to dinner, then I'm wearing a dress and I'm wearing like, you know, a dressier shoe. Like I might not be wearing heels, but I might be wearing like a nice flat or like a wedge or something like that, but I'm not wearing like a casual shoe.
I feel that. I feel that as a woman, you have to have that standard because, like, you have to know, like, what standard the man is at. Like,
Right.
And if he doesn't have that idea that we're going on a date.
I just get
Right.
pissed if he doesn't even try to pay for my first drink. And I'm a feminist, like probably, I think. But like just like pay for my drink. Or
Yeah.
I have like I have a 15-minute date rule right now. Or
Yeah,
if it's
so
a
now
guy,
what is your 15-minute
Yeah.
date rule?
So if it's a guy from one of the dating websites or apps, I don't want to talk for weeks on end. Just ask me for a goddamn drink, and I'm going to give you 15 minutes. Because I usually know within the first minute if I can stand this guy or not. 15 minutes is the time it takes me to finish a drink. And if there's no connection there, I know. And I've decided not to feel bad, where after 15 minutes I say, well, this has been a lot of fun, but unfortunately I have to head out. And then I leave. Because for a long time I like felt bad, and so I'd stay for significantly longer, and it was painful.
And
I
wasting
hated
your
it.
time.
Wasting
Your
my
time is valuable. Time is valuable.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then like
I love that rule.
yeah, and like a lot of these first dates aren't buying me a drink because it's from the app. I'm like, fine, okay, don't invest in it. Then I'm giving you 15 minutes. That's fine. And if there happens to be a weird, great spark, then let's keep going with this, or we'll reschedule. Like,
Oh, but if you don't buy me a drink,
I know. I don't think I've
Bitch.
actually. I think the guys who have bought me a drink, I've given them more time, even if I didn't mean to, and that makes me sound like an awful, awful human, and I acknowledge that. But that's where I'm at.
Nah, bruh.
There's
if you really want a lady out here in these
Yeah.
streets, then you're gonna take her
And I
out
won't order the
at
most
least for a
expensive
drink.
thing. I'll order a
Right.
cheap
Right.
thing. Like, give me a drink.
But
And
you're a
even-
lady.
But even if they buy me a drink, I've decided if it is awful, I'm not going to feel bad. Because I, for a long time, felt really bad. So literally 15 minutes. In and out. It's fantastic. And I have the same few places that I pick that are near comedy clubs. So I know that there are people nearby because you're
Yeah.
meeting up with some stranger.
I do the same thing. Like I usually try, if it's a first date with a guy in an app, I usually try to make sure that the date is near somewhere
Yeah, I'm not going
that
to have
I
them come
know
near
people.
my apartment.
No.
Because then when you leave, you're like, shit, I live right here.
Yeah.
Now you know my address.
Right.
You got
fuck,
me.
You
Yeah.
got me. Follow me home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, no.
Um,
That's a good rule, though.
Thank you.
The 15-minute rule.
I feel good about it. And I won't do meals. For a first date from an app, it's a drink.
I'll do
like
a
that.
meal.
I won't because then you are stuck.
I like.
Yeah, because
Unless I
once you
really
order,
think I'm gonna like
because
it.
once you order, you are stuck until
Yeah.
the food gets there, and that could be
Yep.
a good 15, 20 minutes.
or longer if it's a
and
nice
or
place.
longer
Yeah.
if it's a nice place.
Second date food. And if I have like been talking to him on the app and I feel like it's going to be a connection, then maybe a meal, but typically no.
See, like one of my things is that like I won't meet them in person unless we've been like continually contacting each other for at least 5 days.
Oh, I'm like day one. Ask me for a drink. Let's figure out quickly if this is a go or not.
I don't.
I'm
Don't
the
waste
same,
my time.
I'm the same way. I don't like
Yeah.
to. I don't like to talk to you for days and days.
Although
on
yesterday
end.
on the app, I'd been talking to this guy for like a day, like in a weird way, and then he went dead or silent for 5 weeks. So I was like, oh, okay, it's over. And then he messaged me again and he said, hey again, and I was like, hey, and then he said, here's my number, call me now. And I didn't respond for 5 minutes. And then he wrote in all caps, if you don't call me now, we're never going to know if this is going to be anything. And I was like, we good. Like, I blocked him. He could have been like, what's your number? I'd love to give you a call today. Like, see if there's a connection and go from there.
Right.
But instead he was
Call
like,
me now.
Yeah, here's my number. Call me now.
Miss Cleo.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's
Call
all.
me now.
Call me now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. See,
like, I
maybe I'm a
feel
little
like-
crazy. I'd be like, all right, if I'm not busy. Like,
Oh, no.
yeah, you
No,
would
I'm
call.
busy.
You just like a man
Wait.
telling you to do something.
I don't like when a dude, like, right off the bat
wait,
tells me what
but
to do.
actually, no, because on the app, I don't like. I'm not gonna call you until like I know that there's like a connection because then you have my phone number and I feel like it's a different.
So what
thing
I did with
once my
that-
phone number is
That's
there.
true.
I got a Google Voice number. So that's what I give out because that's not like they can't search
That's
that
smart.
for anything.
I feel like I've said a number of problematic things this evening, and I just wonder when they're going to come back to bite me. Like, own dress shoes, buy me a drink, like all these things. And then I just reminded everyone of the problematic things.
Well, you have to have. See, that's the
Standards.
problem with society today is that we don't have standards.
Yeah,
the
you have
people
to
don't have
stand.
standards,
Yeah.
and like I went through what I went through earlier this year. It's like taking a sabbatical away from sex, and just in general, kind of getting myself together. And now I have standards more
Right.
than what I had before.
I think
'Cause,
getting healthy has given me standards. And I'm always willing to break those. Like, I always am willing to be like, okay, this guy didn't buy me a drink, but also I get why. And there was a great connection, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah,
but
'cause maybe-
typically I'm right.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah, because I feel like as a straight male taking out a woman, a lady, you should be buying the first round at the
Yeah.
very least.
So like when
And I'm
I
happy
was-
to buy the second round, but buy the fucking
first round, right? Just to show that, like, you know,
And if I
I'm
stayed
a
for a
gentleman,
second round, I like
and I
you.
was raised the right way,
I will always try to pay.
right? But it's my job to say no.
Yeah.
yeah.
Your money's no good here.
You might as well
that's
go,
hot.
right?
Exactly.
Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Get away.
I don't know because like I
See,
went on
look,
this
you just
date.
smiled, and then the woman smiles like, "Aw,
Yeah, it's because
But, like,
he's aw." That's
and then you probably just gave yourself a few more minutes because now I'm like, well, this guy's nice enough to buy me a drink.
Yeah.
buying time. And then he buys the second drink,
Yeah.
the fourth drink. Then next thing you know, Pam was like, "Hey,
Well, yeah, that's what
spinning."
a different
Then she's
situation.
spinning.
But like I went on this date with this guy and I knew it was gonna be bad because it was an older guy. He had Googled me, and so he knew about my like the podcast and the comedy and all that stuff. And so like before we met, and then I was like, oh, like I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because like you were able to Google me, but I'm not able to Google you.
yeah.
And so then, or I'm like, you saw my social media, this, that, and the other thing. And I haven't seen anything of yours. So then he was like, oh, you can check out my Instagram. So I went, I checked out his Instagram. His last picture was of a teenage boy. And so then, like, I was like, that's weird. And so, like, I clicked on the picture, and all the comics are like, oh, we're thinking of you guys. We miss him so much.
You talked about this one before.
And so, like, I'm like, oh, my God. So then I Googled that kid's name. It turned out, like, he killed himself. Kid, was a junior in high school, had jumped in front of a train. And so, like, now I'm going on this date with this guy. He doesn't know that I know this, but, like, I don't want to bring it up. And so then he's late to our date, so I bought my own drink.
Wait, how
And
late? How late?
He's about 10 minutes late.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
not awful.
That's not.
But,
That's
like,
excusable. It could have been
it's
Subway.
excusable.
But I'm
Right.
not, like, sitting at the bar by myself, not ordering a drink.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
you know.
fuck that.
So, like, I bought my own drink. So then he goes and he gets a drink, and then the bartender, like, ends up, like, shooting, like, an entire bottle of champagne on me, basically. Like, he went to pull the cork out, and the champagne shot, and, like, all over my shirt.
I
And,
hope
like,
he gave you all the free drinks.
so, like, he got my next drink. So then when the guy that I was on the date with got his bill, it was only for his drink. And so then he was just like, oh, this bill is wrong. And I'm like, why do you think the bill is wrong? He's like, it's too cheap. And I'm like, it should only be for one drink. And then he's like, yeah, but, like, what about your drink? And I'm like, I bought my first drink because you weren't here. And then my second drink, the bartender got for me because he spilled champagne on me. So you're only paying for your drink. And then he's just like, oh. He's like, I feel cheap. And I was just like,
See, the right response would have been, "Oh, we're having one more round then." So then he would have got you
Yeah.
another drink. He would have got himself a drink.
Yeah.
He would have paid for your drink. Then that's how you do it as a gentleman.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, it was just like,
and not like, "Oh, I feel cheap." No. Oh, okay, that's perfect. So we have another one there.
Right. Or like, let's get an appetizer or something. Let's do
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Right.
it's like,
But like,
There's a way to remedy the
Yeah.
situation.
Hello.
but
right.
it was just kind of like, all right. Like,
I don't know
feel
what you want me to
cheap.
say.
Yeah.
like
It's like, you cheap. What you want? Like,
it's too cheap. Well, if it don't gotta be, we could change that. You want to spend a little bit more money?
yeah. But, like, that was, like, not a good date. And, like, for me, I'm in it for the story. So, like, I don't put a time frame on anything because even if I hate it, I feel like this is going to turn into a bit later.
Okay, so if he's like totally over the top or something super weird, like I might stick around for the comedy. But if I'm bored out of my mind and there's no connection, then no.
But like I feel like that is also like part of it. Like I feel
I get
like
a joke out of the first 15 minutes.
yeah, like,
I don't need to hang out longer. We
it's
good.
like I don't know. Like a lot of times I'll force myself to do things I hate just because I feel like there's a bit in there somewhere. I just need to
Probably
like
smart.
I just need to explore
This
it. long
woman
enough.
doesn't listen to headphones on the train
No.
because she wants to find a bit.
Oh
Yeah.
my, that's beautiful. I just take my headphones
comic
out if
genius.
shit's going down.
Right, exactly. I pay attention to shit's going down, but
Yeah.
then sometimes I have my headphones in for
But
too
like
long.
80% of the time, there's
Right.
nothing happening.
There's nothing happening. Like it's just quiet, but like.
What am I? Yeah.
Oh my
no.
God.
But then all of a sudden a fight ensues.
Well, then
You're
I
like,
take my
oh,
headphones
shit.
off.
But like, when you take your headphones off, but you missed all the reason why
Yeah,
the fight
but it
ensued.
started.
In the
Oh.
first place,
I'm
all you
good.
saw was the fight.
Oh my god!
Some-
I'm,
oh,
go
sorry.
on.
No,
go
no,
on.
go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sometimes I will turn my headphones off, but keep them in and just be listening.
Okay.
But I always at least pretend like I have music on.
Oh, I never do. But like, so for instance, well, I'm gonna do this quick, and then we'll take a quick break. But so I was on the train a couple of weeks ago, and I'm listening to this girl talk to her friend on the phone, and then she's just like, "Oh yeah, so." Then he took his pants down, and then I took a look at it, and it looked weird. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go. And then she's just like, well, what did you do? I left. Because you could just know, like, the other side was like, she's
Right.
like, no, I just left. And so, like, then she's like, well, it was all bumpy and lumpy. And I said, you know, what is that? And he's like, I got acne on my dick. And
That's
then,
not a thing.
And
Is it?
so,
I think that's an
and
STD.
so, like, then she's like, I never heard of no acne medicine for no dicks. I got out of there. Like it's just like for her.
But that's like a snippet, right? You're right. Like,
But like, if I had my headphones like on or something, like I would have like, you know, and not that I've used it for anything yet, but like it's definitely percolating in the back.
right,
of
you're
my
gonna let
mind.
it percolate.
Yeah,
Try to see, like, okay, I gotta make this a bit. That's gonna be a good one.
it's like
'Cause,
yeah.
yeah, acne on the dick ain't a thing, bitch.
Look,
That's called genital warts.
Yeah, it's just like it was all lumpy and bumpy and shit.
Ugh.
No, I didn't touch it.
I'm assuming there are other things it could be, but none of them are
Probably
acne?
herpes.
I don't know. Doctors,
Herpes or sores?
Let us, if I was dating a doctor, we'd know.
Right?
Right.
Exactly. Stop running away.
No doctor.
But I refuse.
No.
Send all
Right.
your doctors, except for like an OBGYN. I wouldn't date one of those.
I agree.
Oh,
That's
why?
like-
Because he's just up in vaginas all day?
Yeah, like you either love vaginas too much or like or like by the time you get home you are so done with vagina that you're not into mine. Like it's just
Yeah,
like,
or like you've desensitized vagina.
Yeah, and it's like you don't want
We
your
want
man
there to
be
be a
trying to
little excitement when the
yeah,
vagina,
it's not
you know?
like oh he's like finger banging you with a fucking speculum inside.
It's
of
so
you or
funny.
something.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I was talking to my boss, right, and he's having a baby, like I think maybe like tomorrow or something like that. And he was telling me how like, oh yeah, the OBGYN has to like go like this and like breaks the cervix and like that's like how like the water breaks and stuff. And my homegirl Michelle, that also works with me, she's sitting there and she's a lesbian and she was like, damn, I knew I should have been OBGYN. The way he described it, like, oh.
I have a good friend who, at this point, is openly gay, but for a long time was not, and was kind of a womanizer before he kind of came to terms with his sexuality. And he was in med school and wrote an email to all of us being like, I did it. I'm going to be on an OBGYN rotation. I'm so excited to see all these vaginas. And then 2 days later, we got an email, and all it said is, why didn't you tell me? He's like, turns out 500-pound women go to OBGYNs, like people on their, like all kinds of things going on. He was like,
Yeah.
there are infections. And I was like, yeah, like
What did you
grandmas
think?
have vaginas too. Like, yeah, I think
Right.
I think in
Because
his
like
mind,
all hot women.
in his mind, he pictured just like models coming in and just spreading their legs. No.
Maybe being an OBGYN is what made him come out.
Maybe.
It's like, oh my
He
God,
saw the
I
wrong
hate
vagina.
this. It's like,
He
you
was
know
like,
something?
oh.
No.
Oh,
not,
hell no.
Yeah, never again.
I'll ask him if that's when he realized, like,
It's like, I am
am
never sticking my dick in that thing again. Like,
Oh, goodness.
all All right, you guys. Let's take a quick break. But before we get out of here, just tell everyone your social media and like what projects that you're working on. I'm going to start with you, Pamela.
On Twitter and Insta, it's at Pamela Comedy. And I've got a lot of stuff in the works, heading back on tour. And the best way to check it is to check out my website, PamelaComedy.com.
Rodney Daniels.
I am Roddy Daniels on all handles, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. You can always catch me here with Marissa Smith doing Big Talking Brewskis every Friday. And I'm producing my first show in Brooklyn at Gino's Trattoria. October 5th. It's a Saturday. Marissa's going to be there, and I'm super excited. There's drink specials and food specials, and if you're in Brooklyn, check it out.
Check it out, you guys. You can follow me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. I'm on Facebook. Follow the show on Twitter at Big Talk and Brew. You can catch me September the 5th, 8 o'clock. I'm going to be at the Creek in the Cave. September the 7th at 6:30, I'm going to be at Merriment and Mortification at Otto's Shrunken Head. And on the 8th, I'll be at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. The 27th, check me out at Fashionably Funny at Broadway Comedy Club. We'll be right back, you guys.